What's up guys, Jangi Diwan here, and this is the in-depth review of the Huawei Y9S. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First off, let's get started with how the phone looks. This is a 6.59-inch Full HD Plus LCD panel, and the screen is huge, good for multimedia consumption, good colors and contrast. I did not have any problems using it inside or out. The only thing apart from the LCD panel you'll see on the front of the phone is the earpiece. That's it. They've kept it clean and it's almost bezel-less, looks good and clean. So on the right side of the phone you'll find the volume rocker and the power button, which also works as a fingerprint scanner, and it's really convenient. It's the first time I've used this kind of fingerprint scanner, and I find it really convenient and really quick, so it's very natural. On the back of the phone you'll see the Huawei branding at the bottom, the triple camera branding just below the LED notification light, and then you have the triple camera setup. Now I will get back into the details. So this is an 8 megapixel sensor for ultra wide angle lens, and this is a 48 megapixel primary lens, and then a 2 megapixel sensor for depth sensing. At the top of the phone you will see the pop-up selfie camera. That's the reason this phone doesn't have a notch, is because it has a pop-up selfie camera. And then we have the SIM tray, which you can use either 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 micro SD card. And then we have the secondary noise cancellation microphone at the top. At the bottom of the phone you'll see the 3.5mm audio jack, which is great, they've kept it there. Then the primary microphone, then the USB Type-C cable, and then we have the bottom firing speaker. Not the loudest, but good quality voice. On the left side of the phone you won't find anything. It is clean. So overall the looks of the phone, it has a glassy finish, so looks great, looks and feels very premium. It comes in 2 colors. One is the breathing crystal, which I have, which looks really premium, and the other is the midnight black color that also looks great. Right now let's have a look at the specifications that this phone packs in. So this has a EMUI version of Huawei, that is 9.1.0. the Android version 9, that is Android Pie. This will also receive the Android 10 update as well. It has an octa-core Kirin 710F processor, which is a great processor. It's compared to the Snapdragon 710 as well. Packs in 6 gigs of RAM, enough to run any kind of apps you want to. There's 128 gigs of storage, expandable up to 512 gigabytes. I don't think normally people would use that much, but it's there, and the available storage would be 108 gigs. And the resolution of the phone is 2340 by 1080p. It has a 391 ppi. So the screen is good. The screen is like really good. The battery on this phone is a 4000 mAh built-in battery, and it easily lasted me for 2 days when I wasn't using it too much. But even on like extensive usage, playing games and applications and running 4G all the time, I easily lasted a day with some juice left at the end of the day. So it's a thumbs up on the spec side. Now let's have a look at the camera interface. There's a aperture mode, night mode, portrait mode. Then you've got the standard photo mode, video mode, and in the more section you can see there's a pro mode, there's a slow-mo, panorama, AR lens, light painting, HDR, time-lapse, moving picture, filter, and stickers mode. So that's very creative from them. And let's have a look at the settings in the photo mode. As you can see here, the resolution is by default at the 12 megapixel 4:3. You can pump it up to 48 megapixel if you want to, and then there's a 9 megapixel as well as a 7 megapixel. But if you upgrade to a 48 megapixel, you won't have the AI functionality, even in the moving picture. So let's keep it at 12, and here are some normal options that you get standard with most of the cameras. Now let's have a look at the video mode and the settings in the video. As you can see, the resolution is by default 720p 30 fps. You also have the 30 fps 1080p 60 fps 1080p, which is supported, and there are two ratios, 16:9 and 19:2:9. So there you can, and these are the not many settings for the video here. By default it's a 1x zoom, and if you turn it into the wide angle, you can see it's like a fisheye lens, just a like. Let's have a look at some of the sample photos I took with this phone. This is taken from the normal photo mode, and in the 48 megapixels, looks fine. This one is taken with the portrait mode on, and the edge detection seems to be working fine. This is taken with the wide angle lens, and as you can see on the corners, if you see, it's like a fisheye lens like the GoPro, and it's taken from the same position. This is taken from the front pop-up 16 megapixel selfie camera, and the colors look good and quite natural. This one is taken in the portrait mode, and it seems like it beautifies your skin a lot. So this is a video shot from the front cam, and the voice is also coming from the built-in microphone. Looks fine. Alhan, say hi.
Hi.
Where are you? Where are we?
Jamaat Khana.
Okay. So performance-wise, while I was gaming, while I was using the apps on this phone, is a killer. It's a beast, because we ran on the games in high-definition graphics, including the PUBG Mobile and the Asphalt 9, and it worked flawlessly. We do not have any problems with it. So performance-wise, this is a beast of a phone. So if you're a gamer, this is the thing for you. Call reception and call quality on this phone was on point. Did not have any problems with the Wi-Fi or even the normal call reception. So that worked just fine. The fingerprint scanner is the best thing about this phone. I love it. It's placed right where you want it. It's snappier. We did run the AirTwo benchmark. It was 177,367, which definitely is in the top mid-range tier of phones. Performance-wise, RAM management and CPU is working great. So this looks great. So after 2 weeks of extensive usage of the Huawei Y9S and this in-depth analysis and review of all the aspects of the phone, in my opinion, this is a powerhouse of a phone. It's got great internals, and the design language is amazing. I just love the design language that Huawei's followed. The fingerprint scanner is like on point. This is the first time I've used a fingerprint scanner that is on the side and works like a charm. The only drawback I see is the cameras, because it lacks stabilization and the image quality is not that great. But in my opinion, Huawei can upgrade that with software updates. So we'll have to wait and see that. But in this particular price segment, I will give Huawei a thumbs up, this phone. So if you are searching for a phone in the price segment, especially in Pakistan, it's like 43,000. In the US, I believe it's $200. So in this price segment, this is an amazing phone. So go for it. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you guys in the next one.